I am tired today. Oh, I am too old for that. It's just too soon. I don't have enough money. It's all about connections. That sounds too risky for me. I am content with what I own. Sounds familiar, isn't it? You heard the most common phrases that poor people use. And when I say poor, I don't mean them who have financial problems. Being poor mentally is worse. One can be broke but not poor, because being broke is temporary condition. Being poor is state of mind. Excuses or money are not the only things that separates rich people from poor ones. I would say money is the ending product. Here are another 5 things that really separates rich people from poor. Number 1. How they treat money. There is misconception around this one. Many people think that rich people overestimate the importance of money. They give their all attention to it. They are too passionate. They are materialists. But let's look at a little bit closer. Those who say these things are ones that most likely will spend their whole life working at a job they don't like and with permanent desire to retire early, just because they treat money in a wrong way. If money is not important for you, you are not important for money. Number 2. Education. For poor people, there is only one place you can be educated. That is school, but problem with school and traditional education in general is that there nobody teaches you about money. There you can't get real financial education. You can't learn how to hang out with people and etc. And that's why there are so many people who had bad grades in school and yet are very successful in real life. Because they who succeed, they continue to educate themselves when others think education ends with school. Number 3. Beliefs. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. This quote illustrates whole truth about getting rich. If you are afraid of never having enough money or you think you can't get rich in your circumstances in a country you live, you're right, because beliefs, both negative and positive, are very powerful. Warren Buffett once at a young age said to his family, I will make my first $1 million at the age of 35 or I will throw myself off the tallest building in Oklahoma. And guess what? He became a millionaire at the age of 30. Number 4. Poor people want to get rich quick. Gambling, buying lotteries. What do you think? Is there a rich man who became rich thanks to these things, or who spends money on these with hope to double his wealth overnight? Probably there were a few ones in history, but the 2 things I mentioned earlier only poor people do. I don't say you can't get rich quick. If you will put maximum effort, maybe you will, but never forget, great things take time. Number 5. Poor people pretend they are rich. To illustrate this one, I want to show you a photo. In the left is person with 100 billion net worth. In the right is person less than 5 million. And yet, who seems wealthier? I'm not saying that person in the right is poor. No, 5 million is huge, but it's nothing compared with 100 billion. Truth is, poor people stay poor acting like they are rich, and rich people stay rich acting like they are poor. Poor people want to seem they are rich by buying expensive, fancy things like latest iPhones, Gucci's, and ironically, they never achieve real financial independence. They waste money they don't have on buying things they don't need to impress people they don't like. Write in comments, are there other things that separate rich people from poor? Never forget the real force of your potential, and see you next time.